Board leaders today have to apply the skills they've learned in leadership to a new remote boardroom environment, all the time wrestling with lots of confusing technical issues. So how do you cope with chairing a virtual board? First, seasoned board chairs already know the value of strong pre-meeting preparation. Running an online meeting kicks this up a notch. Along with your regular prep, put some practice time in on the video platform, getting familiar with what buttons to push and how to do various tasks, showing presentations, going into chat, forming subgroups, so on. Enlist someone from your company IT staff to help with this, and on your own time, invest a few hours poking around and practicing tasks in the system. Also, preview how you look and come across on video. Aside from gaining expertise, you'll boost your own confidence, and attendees will pick up on this in the meeting. Prep also means checking and double-checking that all board book info is updated and easily available to participants online. Try exploiting the platform for advanced tasks that can save meeting time, like virtual consent resolutions and agendas, committee meeting minute approval, polls, or other queries like that. The more board work you can get underway in advance and the more questions you can answer, the better. Set and enforce virtual board meeting etiquette rules. I discussed the value of this earlier, but it also makes your herding cats job as an online chair so much easier. Have a policy of one speaker at a time and set rules for how directors let you know when they want to speak, raising their hands or whatever. Practice with the online chat function to give attendees a way to communicate directly with you. This is going to help avoid everyone chiming in at once. And realize also that your ability to split off digital subgroups from the full board is a great tool to help the chair manage. Sending audit or compensation committee members to a digital breakout room for a few minutes during the meeting to hash out an issue can be a great time and work saver. And a smart board chair always knows how to delegate. You'll find that helping the other online directors improve their presence makes your task easier as a leader. Try to convene the group a few minutes early for a virtual catch-up and warm-up, and then send chat notes to members whose lighting, framing, or audio may be poor, or who have the camera pointing up their nose, whatever the problem might be. By the time you call the meeting to order, everyone will be sounding and looking their best. And you'll realize that you can handle this. And here's a related question from a lead director. As with most boards, we've had to move online to meeting remotely since last spring. We've worked out most of the technology, but we have some lingering issues with boardroom dissent. Usually board disagreements were worked out before and after meetings and one-on-one cloakroom discussions. Now we've lost that personal chemistry, and I can sense tensions arising during our video board meetings. What can we do? Answer. One reason for online board friction is that the traditional nonverbal cues, interactions, and one-on-one negotiation have all disappeared into the cyber world. The virtual tends to mask the interpersonal. But this doesn't need to be a deal breaker for sorting out online governance. Instead, boards and their leaders are developing alternatives and workarounds that can function as well as traditional FaceTime board governance, sometimes even better. Here's an example. For starters, the distancing of online governance weakens the power of any boardroom loud talkers and bullies to dominate. Online meetings are a great equalizer. Minorities and women are more empowered to speak up, and they feel safer with a sort of online buffer. If a couple of your directors are squabbling, they have much less impact when they're just postage stamp size images on a Zoom screen. And this filtering levels out board power politics as well. Online meeting participants tend to get listened to more now for the quality of the points they make rather than their job titles, their ownership, or how loud they can be. But gaining these benefits for the cyber board requires a few new meeting skills. The chair or moderator has to be continuously looking for video nonverbal cues. Spend more time with board members in general conversation before the board meeting as well to look for these cues. Also, the chair's role of negotiating and smoothing out issues over a cup of coffee is now going to happen through phone calls in the day before the meeting. Again, this requires less building of new board leadership skills than just translating current good chairmanship into a different media. Finally, online board tech can make the standard tactic of breaking out a handful of board members to work through a dispute even simpler. Make smart use of online breakout rooms for your directors. The breakout battlers can then sort things through on their own and come back to the full meeting, and the process is as simple as clicking a few tabs. This works great for your committees as well. Board leaders are also using messaging side chats to subtly let contentious directors know that they need to play better together.